Buenos días or buenas tardes, año 7. It's nice to see you all again. Welcome back to Spanish Online Learning. This is lesson 2 of our final week, week 6, the last week of our spring term. Empezamos. Entonces, por favor, escribir el título, Revision of Module, y subrayar con una regla. Vamos a escribir la fecha, the date, en español, por favor, subrayar con una regla, underline with a ruler. Whilst you're doing that, let's revise the aims for this week. We're consolidating the vocab and grammar learned from the module. We're going to apply that with writing and some other tasks today also, and we'll evaluate and set targets on how we can improve further. So your starter task, I would like you to write a sentence to describe something about these people or characters using a mix of physical and character descriptions. So things like he's short, she's fat, he's yellow, for example. I'm not saying those things, they're just examples. And I would like you to write in the third person, okay? So you'll use tiene for he or she has, or es for he or she is. Okay, so pause this video, give yourself about 3 to 4 minutes to complete that task. Muy bien, let's see how you got on then. So I have written here a few things. It will probably be a lot more than you have written. That's absolutely fine. I just wanted to give you some good examples. So let's look at the queen, shall we? So I've said es blanca y es baja. She's white and she's short, arguably. Tiene el pelo blanco, corto y rizado, y tiene los ojos azules. She has short, white, curly hair and blue eyes. Es inteligente y no es perezosa. She's intelligent, she's not lazy. Es simpática, pero también es bastante tímida. She's kind, but she's also quite shy. Again, you may agree or disagree. You may have chosen something similar, something a bit shorter. That's fine. It's just for me to give you some examples. So let's look at Homer then. Es amarillo y gordo. He's yellow and fat. También es perezoso. He's lazy. No tiene pelo. He hasn't got hair. Tiene los ojos negros. He's got black eyes. No tiene barba y no lleva gafas. He hasn't got a beard and he doesn't wear glasses. And finally, for Mr. Boris Johnson, es bastante alto y un poco gordo. He's quite tall and a bit fat. También es muy inteligente y simpático. He's very intelligent and kind. Tiene el pelo rubio y desordenado y tiene los ojos azules. Perfect way to describe Boris Johnson's hair. He has slightly sort of crazy, unorganized hair, and that's how you say that in Spanish. Desordenado looks a bit like disorganized, doesn't it? Y tiene los ojos azules. He's got blue eyes. So as I said, you might not have written down exactly that, but hopefully you've got something along those lines to describe the people in that way. Continuamos. So today's class, we are going to do lots of practice today, tasks covering what we've learned this term. We're going to start with a listening, do a reading, and then do some speaking practice. And then finally we'll end with a plenary, thinking about what you now know in Spanish as a result of all the work and effort you've put in this term. Muy bien, vamos a escuchar entonces. We're going to listen to the dialogue. We're going to listen to the dialogues of 3 people being described. I would like you to complete the grid with what you hear in English. So the first task, please pause this video whilst you draw that grid. You don't need to write in the numbers in brackets. That's just for me to illustrate to you how many things will be mentioned so you can have this up whilst we're doing the listening. Okay, so pause this video whilst you do that grid. Give yourself plenty of space in your book or on a sheet of paper to do that. Excelente, muy bien. So I'm going to do the listening. I'll do the reading. I will do it quite slowly. So as best as you can, follow it with me, write it, but you're writing it down in English. Once I've finished, pause me, rewind back, and play me once again. Please just listen to me twice because that's what we would do in class as well. Ok, empezamos. Muy bien, empezamos con Mariana. Mariana tiene 14 años. ¿Cómo es? Bueno, es delgada y alta. También es inteligente y simpática. ¿En casa tiene animales? Sí, en casa tiene animales. Tiene un perro negro y un gato pelirrojo. Además, tiene una hermana que tiene el pelo corto. Muy bien. Pause this video and you can replay me and hopefully fill in the gaps. So you can see from the grid the things that you're listening out for. It's everything that we've covered this term. Continuamos. Número 2, Pedro. A ver, Pedro tiene 58 años. ¿Cómo es? Bueno, es bajo, pero es muy guapo. También es divertido y paciente. En su casa tiene muchos animales. Tiene 2 caballos marrones y 85 peces amarillos. En su familia tiene un primo y él tiene el pelo rubio. Muy bien. Pause me. Listen to that again. Fill in any gaps that you didn't get in the first listening. Y para terminar, to finish, tenemos Julia. Entonces, Julia tiene 39 años. Desgraciadamente, es muy fea y muy gorda. Además, es muy aburrida y severa. ¿Tiene animales? Sí, en casa tiene 23 ratones blancos y 7 tortugas verdes. Solamente tiene un hermano gemelo y él lleva gafas. Okay, pause me and listen to that again. Okay, there's lots of information in that. You did really, really well to be listening and hopefully hearing all the different things that were being said and making a note of that in the grid. Let's look at how you got on. So these are your answers. I won't read them all out. You can see them there. The one thing I will say is, for example, Mariana, 1 black dog, that's 1 mark. 1 ginger cat is 1 mark. Okay? So I'll let you mark your own work. Please use a different colour pen, ideally a red, so that when your teacher is reviewing your work, they can see where you've done well and where you might not have heard everything. Please also give yourself a mark out of 27. Excelente, muy bien. So if you've got anything above 20, you're doing fantastically well. To be honest, if you've got anything above 15, that was a lot of information. Muy bien, continuamos. So we have done our listening. Let's look at doing some reading practice. Vamos a leer. We're going to read. I would like you to read both texts and match up the pictures with the person. So you can see the text on the left is Paulo and the text on the right is Claudia. So we have got here lots of pictures, 10 pictures that you need to work out if they refer to Paulo or Claudia. And I've given you an example. What you need to do is write number 1 and just, you can say P or C, or you can write Paulo or Claudia, so that you can read, so that you've read it and understood which picture relates to which text. Okay, so I would allow 5 minutes to do this task. Read both texts first and then try and allocate which picture goes with which text. Okay, pause this video so you can do that now. Muy bien. Hopefully there's lots of vocabulary in there that we've covered already. So let's look at how you got on. So these are all of the answers. Now answer number 5, we can't really see, it looks black or brown, so that's why I've written it could be Paolo or Claudia. If you've written one or the other or both of them, that's absolutely fine. Give yourself a mark out of 10 for that reading. Excelente, muy bien, continuamos. So finally, let's do some speaking. Vamos a hablar, let's speak. I would like you to read both texts out loud to practice excellent pronunciation. If you would like to, and this isn't, you don't have to do this, but I know your teachers would absolutely love it, if you could get someone at home to take a video of you doing these reading and upload it to your Google Classroom assignment, I'm sure they would even probably give you character points for self-confidence in doing that, and your teachers would absolutely love it. So if you can, give it a go. I'm just going to read them to you now so you can hear the good pronunciation, and then hopefully you can do some practice on that. Okay, so we'll start with Paulo. Me llamo Paulo, tengo 13 años, vivo en Orense. Soy bajo y gordo, tengo el pelo castaño y los ojos marrones. Soy bastante inteligente y hablo mucho. I speak a lot. Tengo una hermana, se llama Laurita. Es muy simpática. Vivo con mi madre y mi padre. Me gustan mucho los animales. Tengo un gato, un perro y 2 cobayas. So you remember that gustar. Me gusta is I like one thing. Me gustan, I like lots of things. Okay. Next one, Claudia. Me llamo Claudia. Tengo 14 años. Vivo en Albacete. Soy alta y delgada. Tengo el pelo negro y los ojos verdes. Soy un poco tímida. No tengo animales, pero tengo 3 hermanos. Se llaman Tito, Noelia y Lorenzo, o Lorenzo. Tito y Noelia son gemelos. Tienen 8 años. Lorenzo tiene 15 años. In pronunciation of Lorenzo, you might have noticed 2 different ways. If you're speaking Castilian Spanish, it would be Lorenzo. But if you're speaking more South American Spanish, they have a slightly different accent and it would be Lorenzo, or more Italian, Lorenzo. Okay, nice bit of cultural information for you there. So give it a go. At the very least, if you don't take a video of yourself, I would like you to practice out loud. Don't be embarrassed, don't be shy, just give it a go. And you can pause this video whilst you do that. Excelente, muy bien. So finally, what you know in Spanish. This is your plenary task. I would like you to look at this list and hopefully you'll be nodding your head along with this. These are all the things now that you should be able to do and have confidence in being able to do or say, speak, read, write, because it's everything that we've covered this term. So have a look through that list. Hopefully you can do ticks against all of those. If, however, you can't, your target for improvement needs to be whatever on that list you feel that you haven't quite understood or you haven't quite grasped fully. So in your books, please write down a target for improvement based on all of that. And even if you think you might be absolutely fantastic and you've got ticks against all of those, I'm sure there's one area that you probably need to do a little bit of work on. So please write that as a target for any improvement under your plenary. Okay, and that brings us to the end of our second Spanish class. So muy bien, really well done everyone. And I look forward to seeing you on your next class. Gracias y hasta la próxima.